NewGenGamers.com.
Okay. Recording. I'm accepting the... Alright, the types of expressions. Convince. Now you said there's certain cards I can't use with this?
Yeah, you can't use the blue ones in this one. So when you're in the parlay, you'll see that entire column's blocked out, and if you have any of the cards, they're not. You can use them if they have other effects, but anything that's going to affect the Inspire just won't do anything. He's not, and basically the way the system's really nice because it really makes sense in a real conversation as well. So in this conversation, he's not buying any inspirational comments you say. Whatever you try, he's not buying it.
Yeah, he's just like, eh.
Yeah, it doesn't affect him. He does not care.
You know what?
So,
I love. I was just gonna comment about how I love how this takes sort of like a skill that would just have a normal number from like 1 to 10 or whatever, and it seems to give you more control over that skill. Like you have to use your brain to pass it off. You know, it's not like playing D&D or something, and it's like, oh well, I encountered this rogue. I use my diplomacy skill. Oh, mine's higher than his. I win.
Yeah.
It's like no, you have to figure out. You know, you do have a high diplomacy skill, but that doesn't mean you win. You have to like take out, and what you take into account is your actual brain. It's like how you play the cards, and so that's kind of neat.
And building your strategy. I mean, how you build your strategy is crucial. Like I put in a card called Shifting Arguments, which was a flattery card, and I didn't put a complementary card to use it with, so it's pretty much useless in my hand now, and isn't going to benefit me, isn't going to hurt me, but it's a useless card in my hand, whereas I could have, you know, something that's going to debilitate him or advance me.
Okay, so now it let me use my Flash of Inspiration card.
You could use it, but the Inspire effects aren't going to do anything.
That's what it... Okay, you will see the third expression type, Inspire, is blacked out. This is a Convince conversation as displayed at the top of the game board. Convince conversation prohibit the use of Inspire from being used.
Yes, so that every conversation will be different, and in this conversation, we have to convince him of something. So we can't try and inspire him because he's not buying inspirational talk. He wants demands, he wants flattery, and he wants... I can't think of the other one.
He wants frankness, or...
Well, reasoning.
Okay, this is new. I used all my cards that I can afford, and I still have to wait around, so that means I have to hit listen.
All your timers are used up, so you're just going to have to listen for a round.
And doing that can be bad, or is it always bad?
It's not always bad, because sometimes you might be dominating the conversation and you really don't need to lay down a card, because even his most powerful card couldn't bring it back for him, so you may not mind sitting back a turn and waiting for a big card to come up again. But if you're in a bad situation and your opponent's dominating the conversation, having a whole round where you can't do anything gives them a guaranteed 2 extra points towards winning the parlay.
Okay.
So, it's all a balancing act, and you want to pick cards that are going to balance that way. That generally, the more powerful the card, the higher the refresh time on it, which, makes sense. because you don't want someone releasing their most powerful card every round.
And okay, now as you level up and you increase, how exactly do you increase your diplomacy skill and get new get new cards?
Okay, new cards can be won through quests, and they are also randomly dropped by mobs when battling in adventure battles. So sometimes you'll kill something and find a card on them. If you press the C button and go to your character sheet,
Okay.
look on the left-hand side at the different tabs and hit the one that says Diplomacy.
Kojani Diplomat.
Okay, now this shows your whole diplomat sheet. You can attach armor to all those slots. At the bottom there you see it says Presence.
Yeah, it said, and under that it says Outsiders and Domestics.
Okay, so those are your alliances with those factions